Recently, Hypixel released their Alpha Hypixel network in hopes of being able to test the Dwarven Mine V2 update in an environment that would prevent the wiping of people's inventories, ender chests, and accessory bags. One of the additions to this update was the very controversial Golden Dragon pet, which cost 500 million coins from the NPC GUI in a remote location of the mines, along with various perfect gemstones and some enchanted golden blocks. I've seen a lot of early, mid, and late game players alike criticizing this pet as being too overpowered, myself included when I first saw the pet in a screenshot from the Alpha network. I want to quickly go over the price of the dragon and what the abilities do, and determine finally whether or not this pet is overpowered or not. First, I want to start with, what exactly are perfect gemstones? Well, perfect gemstones are a form of the gemstones that are crafted using 40 million of the base gemstones. Keep in mind that you need 5 individual perfect gemstones in order to purchase the Golden Dragon. With this being said, let's put a hypothetical price of 50 coins per base gemstone. This puts each gemstone at 2 billion coins each. This means that the Golden Dragon, at minimum, would cost you about 10.5 billion coins. Well, what if gemstones are cheaper, you might ask? Let's do another hypothetical scenario in which the gemstones are only 10 coins per, rather than 50 coins per gemstone. Well, with this change, the price of a single perfect gemstone would be 400 million coins. Throw this together with the 4 other gemstones, and you come to a price tag of 2.5 billion coins for the Golden Dragon. To put this into perspective, the legendary Ender Dragon has never exceeded 1 billion coins in the entirety of its existence. Now, there is one flaw with my calculation, and that is I am assuming that each gemstone will be worth the exact same amount of coins. You need 5 different perfect gemstones, which means that these gemstones will more than likely have different prices, albeit very similar prices. With the price of the Golden Dragon set to a rough minimum of 2.5 billion coins, let's go into the abilities of the Golden Dragon. The first ability of the Golden Dragon gives Golden Swords plus 100 strength when used. This honestly doesn't help many weapons, even since the one-for-all Gilded Midas is worse than a one-for-all Emerald Blade at a very low purse value. The one upside to this ability, however, is that the Atom Split Katana turns into a golden sword when you use the right-click ability, which I would assume allows it to have 100 strength buff that would normally go onto golden swords, though this is relatively useless. The second ability gives you plus 10 strength and plus 2 magic find, which sounds overpowered, but the odds of you having more than 7 digits in your gold collection is relatively low, which means you'll more than likely only be gaining plus 70 strength and plus 14 magic find. Strength is not nearly as overpowered of a stat as it once was, due to the strength nerf being implemented before the Enderman Slayer update. The third ability gives players 40% of their magic find as strength, and even if you have 200 magic find at all times, you're only gaining 80 strength. Overall, this pet is only giving you a maximum of 300 strength when you factor in the pet stats of plus 50 strength. 300 strength is good, but when you take a look at the 2.5 billion coin price tag, it suddenly doesn't seem as worth it. The last ability is what everyone is talking about, an extra 200% damage if you have 1 billion coins in your bank. This sounds overpowered, and to be honest, it is. However, I recently learned that this percentage is additive and not multiplicative. While I don't fully understand what this means for the 200% damage, I asked in Necron's bridge chat if anyone could explain it to me like I'm 5, and thanks to Pixel Club, they sent me this message explaining it. I should have it on the screen for anyone who wishes to read through it. The TLDR of this, however, is that it's doing less damage than it would be if it weren't additive. I also want to note that the Ender Dragon is actually overall more useful for 500 million coins than the Golden Dragon is for 2.5 billion coins, due to it giving you an extra 20% EHP in dungeons, and also giving players the 10% crit chance they desperately need in dungeons for them to use the Terminator properly with Overload. The overall takeaway I want people to take from this video is that the Golden Dragon, albeit very good, is also very expensive, and locks away 1 billion coins in your bank indefinitely for you to be able to use the pet to its maximum potential. This is probably one of the best examples of Hypixel making something overpowered, but actually giving it some sort of downside, like they did with the Terminator, with how it divides your critical chance by 4. Anyways, that's really all I had for you guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. See ya.